Hello, my name is Katie Lynn, and I am a certified analyst. We are here learning some very key things that you need to know in order to understand human design. We are going to be talking about the columns on the left-hand side and the right-hand side of your chart. You'll notice that some are red colored on the left-hand side, and on top, the word design exists. Over here on the right, there are black numbers, and at the top, the word personality exists. Why is there a difference? Why is there names up there? We'll talk about that. Okay. Why do these columns even exist? They each are a list of characteristics that describes who you are. So 13 different characteristics over on this side on the right, 13 different characters over on the left side that describe who you are. The reason why there's a difference in coloring is because of the timing of when that information was captured. This information here on the left-hand side, this was captured 88, 89 degrees before you were born. So that means about 89 to 90 days. Sorry, let's say that differently, because I can edit this. So what does it mean that I completely forgot what I was saying, but let's go back a little bit anyways. These red numbers here, they were actually captured 88 to 89 degrees before you were born, so about 90 days before you're born. And I'm trying to think about what I said before, and it's really fucking me up. I honestly feel like I just want to start over for some reason. Fuck. I'm actually going to take another take. Take two. I appreciate you. Welcoming, everybody. Welcoming. Take three. Oh, God. I don't want to spend my whole afternoon editing one VOD, so it's just going to take a one take. Welcome in, everybody. My name is Katie Lynn. I am a certified human design analyst with the Human Design International School. I know people always say it differently. I'm weird. I have an open throat. Look at me. All right, so what we're talking about here today is our columns here that exist on both sides of the chart. We're going to be talking about things that are really crucial for you to understand human design. And we're going to start with the extreme basics, the foundation of what it is to be human design. Oh my God. I'm just coughing a lot. Go get a drink, Katie. God damn it. All right. I'm sorry, guys. It's been a while since I did an educational video, so Welcome in. My name is Katie Lynn. I am a certified human design analyst at the International School of Human Design. What we're doing here today is looking at crucial information that you need to know in order to build your foundations of understanding human design. We are going to be looking at the two columns of numbers that exist here. These two columns of numbers, you'll notice that there's red colored numbers, black colored numbers. Let's just say stay on one side and not get confused by bouncing back and forth. You'll notice that whether it be on the left-hand side or the right-hand side, there's a list of numbers and there's a word on top, whether it be design or personality. Some of these numbers are red over on the left-hand side, and some of them are black over on the right-hand side. That does mean something different, yeah. So this list of numbers is actually a list of characteristics that does describe who you are. And these lists of red numbers, these characteristics on the design side, were captured about 90 days before you were born. And that's the only reason why there's a difference in color. It's because it's unconscious. And what does that even mean, unconscious? It means that these characteristics that exist within you, you may not be so aware of them on the very obvious plane, but people around you might recognize these characteristics of who you are. Or if you are in tune with yourself, you might recognize them over a period of time. Or they might just pop out sometimes and you might be like, oh, I wonder where that came from. Oh, it happened once. I'm going to make it happen again and again and again. But it's more unconscious. So that's the design side. It's unconscious, but it's a list of characteristics of who you are that was captured about 90 days before you were born. Now over here on the right-hand side, you will see the name personality. And this is a list of characteristics, once again, that describes who you are. And because they're on the personality side, you're more aware of them. So because you're more aware of them, you might try to force these aspects of who you are in life because you're more conscious of them. But these characteristics are just as important as these characteristics. They're just differentiated by their time when they were captured, 90 days before you were born, and the moment you separate from your mother. Whether that's feet first, head first, it's not the umbilical cord separation, it's exiting the body. So C-section, that moment of separation, that's that time, this moment here. So why do we even talk about the moment you were born versus about 90 days before? Well, in my opinion, this isn't a human design opinion. There are different testing systems out there that get you to answer yes and no questions or an A, B, C, D answer grid, and you put your answer down based on what you feel like you are in the moment. So that's just this conscious aspect of who you think you are, in my opinion, those tests. So human design allows you to understand all aspects of who you are, both conscious and subconscious. So that's the difference between human design, is that we're not just getting the aspect of who we think we are. We're getting all of ourselves for the true aspect of who we really are. This is who we are. At the most foundational levels, this is us, the basics. But we're going to go even deeper, because you're like, I see a whole different figure inside there that is this triangle thing in the center. It's just blaring out at me. All you're talking about are these numbers on the side. Yeah, let's talk about that. So you'll notice, let's just pick a random one here. You'll notice that this 17 here, it's red. It ends up here. Now, this is called a gate. I have the 17th gate, and it makes itself into this chart. Now, you can do that with the rest of the red colors that exist. You can see that the 1 and the 1, the 10 and the 10. Oh, why is this looking like a candy cane? Like there's red and black. It's because there is a 34 over here too. Okay, now let's go over to the black side. Let's see if what I'm saying is true for the black side. Oh, cool. We have the 43. We have the 22. What? There's actually two 22s? Yeah, there is. And this 34 is both on the personality side and the design side. What does that even mean? There's conscious aspects of that characteristic. Yes, there's aspects of that characteristic that I'm conscious of, and there's aspects of that characteristic that I'm unconscious of. That's what that means. So, let's talk about this more deeply. You'll notice, though, that on top of having these gates in here, there's actually these colored in geometrical shapes. Now, in human design, these geometrical shapes are called centers. They're not chakras. These centers, the ones that are colored in, that's called definition. Yeah, these gates are called definition too. And what's remaining white is called undefined or open. Now, just because some is colored in and some is not colored in, it doesn't mean it's good or bad. It just is. It's just a way for our logical mind to see what's going on. This is activated, this is not, and that's okay. It just makes up who I am. But these centers are these juicy life force centers that just hold these aspects of who you are, and it's what you put out into the world. But how do they get there? It's actually a combination of the design side and the personality side. The red colors, the black colors that are coming in together, that are creating that definition. Let's talk about it. Look right here. We have the 18 and we have the 58 coming together as a gate and a gate. And when two gates come together, that's when a channel makes these two centers on each end defined. So that's how we get these defined centers, are actually from gates that happen to line up as channels. Now, these channels are life force energy that you put out into the world. This is you. This is you in a consistent way. So let's look at it somewhere else. We can see that the 44 is over here, dropped itself down, and that the 26 is over here, and they happen to form a channel. This is a life force energy, and it happens to continue the life force energy up to here. So that's what we're learning today, is that as a summary, you have these characteristics that define who you are, both on the unconscious level, on the conscious level, and they bring their gates into the chart. And if by chance two of them happen to meet on one end of the channel of each other, they end up making a complete life force energy, a channel, and that's what creates these defined centers in your chart. If you have any questions regarding this, don't forget to put this down in the comment section. Now, let's go a little bit deeper. Like I said, you may not be so aware of what's going on with these characteristics that describe you. And you might be aware of these. So because you're aware of the personality side, you might actually try to force these aspects of who you are out into the world, because you know they exist, you know they're there, so your brain might get involved, which we don't want to happen. And you might just try to do something about it in a planned way, and that's the complete opposite of what human design is. Human design isn't that pre-planning. I mean, you're allowed to plan, but how does your body respond to it? All right, friends, thank you for listening. And if you have any questions, like I said, don't forget to ask them in the comment section, or what would you like to see in the next video regarding the basic questions of human design?